Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to go over this Vevor 145 amp Mig Welder. We have the bolts on this side, we have the amps on this side. This is where you plug in the torch, and this is where you plug in the ground. Then you pop open the side, and that is where you feed the wire. So of course it comes with the ground cable, the torch, and the manual. So all the rest of the stuff I'll be using in this video will be linked down below because it does not come with the welder. So let's go ahead and plug it in. This is a 110 volt welder, so you can use it with your standard outlets. Then you just turn it on like so. So this is the wire I'll be using by Blue Demon. It had really good reviews. It's also made in USA. You want to start with a clean straight wire, so just go ahead and clip this. This is a 0.8 millimeter flux wire, which means the gases are within the wire itself. You want the wire to come from underneath and not up above. Go ahead and loosen this, bring it down below, pull this up. You want to take this out. Currently it's set to 1 millimeter thickness, so we can turn it around to 0.8. That'll give you the 0.8 groove on this right side. Stick it through this hole here. I forgot to mention, let's go ahead and put this back on. We install this. This will prevent the spool from turning backwards. Now make sure this is in line with the groove. 8 millimeter groove. Pull this over. Now you can tighten it. Let's turn on the unit. So the tip actually comes off by just pulling it out and twisting. Let's go ahead and loosen this tip. There you go. You press this trigger to allow it to spool. The amp side dictates how fast the wire will come out of the tip. This just clips right back on, like so. Let's clip it like an inch away. So at this point, I want to mention that this is not a tutorial on how to weld. If you want to learn how to weld, watch another video. I am a beginner and I'm learning. So I'm using this face shield from Yes Welder. So go ahead and find one that you prefer. This one seems pretty good, had a lot of good reviews. And since I do not have a welding table, I will be welding on the concrete ground. Let's go ahead and install this grounding cable. I'll be using these cowhide gloves for protection. And I have already prepped this metal to be welded. I had this 22 gauge sheet, which I know is kind of thin, and then I trimmed it up. It is not galvanized, so if you're getting metal from like Home Depot or something, like where I got mine to just practice, make sure it is not galvanized, and it will have a perfect seam. In order to keep it together, I went ahead and bought these magnets, because I will need them whenever I weld and fix up my Mercedes. So here we go. I got this puck to also make the job 1,000 times easier. It has a magnet. Ta-da! So went ahead and close that gap. I'm gonna take all that off and just use this as the ground. And now, you know, safety first. Okay. Turning up the volts a little bit and turning up the amps. Let's do 110. So I surprisingly got full penetration through that one, just a little bit, but not on that one. So I turned down the volts on this one. So that one, I got full penetration. I even turned up the volts to 20. Full penetration there, that's pretty good. Check that out. I basically welded this metal back together. I honestly had my doubts. I really did. But I did it. I did it. That's cool. This gives me a bunch of confidence. Yeah, that is together. I have a lot of learning to do, and if you're new to welding, I feel like this Vevor 145, for the price, it's a good way to start, just to kind of fill it out and see if you actually want to do it. If you want to check this out, I'll link it down below in the description. And if you want 5% off on your purchase, use this code. And once again, for the price, that is pretty banger. And of course, I'll link everything else I used in this video in the description as well, because you will need a few more tools that welding machines typically don't come with. That's all for today. This is Chris. I always appreciate and respect one another. And thank you for watching me experiment with something totally new. It's awesome. I'll see you next time. Oh, and be safe, use safety equipment, don't do anything stupid. I'll see you next time.